Country 106.7. We are Acadiana's home of the superstars, and everybody knows I love baseball. And yesterday I was treated to one of the best high school games I've ever seen in my lifetime. And joining us in studio right now is head coach of the Notre Dame Pioneers, Chris Stevens. Coach, that was a heck of a ball game.
Morning, Eric. Thanks for having me. It sure was. And like you said, it was one of the best high school games I've been involved in. It's just an epic battle between two very good teams.
Well, two schools that have a lot of respect for each other. I mean, between Notre Dame and Catholic, look, played each other for the state championship in football, now meet up in the semifinals in baseball. Pios come out on top, and if you didn't hear, bottom of the ninth, walk-off single to win the ball game 1-0 in 9 innings. Pitching galore. Chase Habits did a wonderful job for the Pioneers, and of course Romero for
Brock
Romero for Catholic. He went the whole distance, and he did a heck of a job there.
Correct. You know, Chase, he's been our best this year, and I was hoping the stage wouldn't be too big for him. And you know, the first inning he gave up a single, and then when they hit it back at him and we doubled him up, it's like he just relaxed, and they didn't really hit him hard the rest of the game. He just kept on getting guys out. And as far as Romero, I mean, he did a fantastic job. Pulled him aside after the game and told the kid, you know, I'd coach you anytime. I mean, what a competitor.
And of course, you know, you got a special bunch of seniors. You got a special bunch of ball players on your team. I have had the pleasure to go out there and do public address all season long for the Pioneers. And I tell you, it was, you know, for somebody who loves baseball, it's been an honor to watch this team play and watch them grow and see the growing pains and say, there's something special with this team. And I was saying that back in March. I wasn't telling nobody that, but I was telling myself that back in March. There's something special about this team. And yesterday, and even in the last Friday night against Ascension, that marathon y'all played against Ascension, against a great pitcher again, Sean Michael Brady over at Ascension. He did a heck of a job Friday night shutting down the team, and then all of a sudden they came alive. And of all things to win, just like yesterday, a ground ball that's just out of the reach between that. To me, that's the way a baseball game should be won.
Correct. First of all, we'd like to thank you for all the time you give to us, you know, going out there and calling for us. That's a really big deal. And it's right. These kids, they have a special bond. I mean, we have a great group of kids, juniors, sophomores, freshmen, but it's senior driven.
Absolutely.
You can tell.
Well, I tell you, it's a great ball team, and then there was a couple of plays yesterday. I got to do the game yesterday on the radio, and there was a couple of plays yesterday that the players made the plays, and there was one instance in particular that I gave the whole coaching staff, I gave the whole school, I gave the whole Notre Dame culture credit for that play being made, because basically they I want to say it was a ground ball over to Thomas over at first base, and he bobbled it, but they just did the job and made the play happen. And I think he bobbled the play, and he still made the play, and it made it a close play. But it was one of those cases when you're out there on the field, and you know, and heck, that's what I love about baseball. It's just like life. If you do your job, you're going to end up on top.
Correct. You know, it was a little bit closer than we would have liked, but Chase was in the right position, covering first base. Any ball hit to the right side, and, you know, he's well-schooled on that, and he's been a pitcher his whole life, and he was where he's needed to be. And like you said, just the Pios, you know, after the game, we got off the field because we played so long, and I don't look up in the bleachers too much, but I couldn't believe the amount of people that came support our baseball team. I mean, there was Pios 40 deep everywhere you looked. It was unbelievable trying to talk to the kids. I couldn't see anything from any other school except for Notre Dame.
And of course, our favorite Pio was there with us, Sam Saunier. He was there the whole time.
Of course.
and I can't talk about the Pios and not talk about Sam. It's just in the Constitution. I have to do that. 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, first pitch. We're going to have the game on the radio, but definitely we invite everybody to make the short drive on over. When you get to Lake Charles, take the 210 loop around Lake Charles, because they do have the work on the old bridge on I-10. But get on over to Sulphur and go watch some great baseball. beautiful facility over in Sulphur. It's state of the art. It is absolutely beautiful to go watch a ball game for a fan's perspective. I'm sure on the playing surface it is
beautiful. Beautiful.
Maybe the only thing is because Miller Stadium is my favorite. Not a big enough outfield to really show off our range out there. It was funny because one ball was hit early in the ball game. And they said, "Oh, it looks like it's in the gap." I said, "That ain't no gap. There ain't no gaps in this field." No, after playing Miller,
it's awful nice to have kids that athletic out there running down balls. And I think the one you're talking about is probably Will Veillon.
Yeah,
and he's a converted infielder.
Yeah,
he was a third baseman most of his life, but he's just such an athlete. He's adapted to outfield with no problem.
He plays right field like a third baseman, and so it's not correct because he covers and honestly, the biggest portion of the outfield, I guess from my perspective, what I look at out there is right field at Miller Stadium, and he covers that like it's 2 feet wide.
He's done it for us all year.
Yep.
First year he's been out there, and he just looks like a natural.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, tomorrow, 5 o'clock first pitch, we're going to have the game on our AM side, plus we're going to have it on the online stream.